Hello everybody, I just got back from seeing Ironman 3. I went to the theater to go see it, had a little drive issue, whatever, that happens. Basically, I went with some friends and we went and go watch it, and basically the reason we went to go watch it is because we love the Avengers. The Avengers was great. My friends also love superhero movies. They think they're awesome, the action-packed, the CGI, the storylines, this and that. I personally love origin stories myself. I think they're epic if they're done correctly. You can get some real good character development. Then it's like, know your superhero, and it's already spelt out for you, and you can get the rest of the movies down, everything like that. So basically, went to go see it. There are some issues with the movie that I'm going to get into, and it's not just some. I feel like I've just been scammed the same way a lot of everyone has been getting scammed by Hollywood. Basically all in the same way. And I didn't realize it until on my drive back home, and I'm like, shit. Oh, they got me good. Because I was entertained the entire movie, I'm not going to lie. I loved it. I thought it was great in entertainment. I loved it, meaning the entertainment value of it. Now, so I'm just going to tell you what I liked about it real quick. Basically, I love the CGI. The CGI on it was awesome. It was almost seamless. Its usage was a tool of the plot sometimes, and sometimes the plot doesn't work with it, so you got to give props to the people doing the CGI. The CGI was great, well done. Like I said, it was seamless. It was almost completely seamless if it wasn't for some issues with the plot that went with it, so you got to give independent credit to the CGI developers for this, because they did a great job. I was convinced almost every explosion and everything like that through the CGI that it was going down. Alright? The After Effects and shit, we'll get into that real quick. But basically, I loved that aspect of the movie. It was well done. I liked the actors. Mostly, I liked in this movie the supporting actors, with the exception of the new corporal guy that came in. I still think the guy from the first movie should be doing this role, because the other guy just always seems a little bit too wimpy, and, even though the man who does the role in the first one, he's, a little bit more emotional and stuff. When he's a badass, he cranks the badass level up. This guy just kind of cranks it a little bit. Not too much. Not too much. So, he's just always, where's my suit? Oh, you don't have a suit for me? Oh, do I need my suit? Listen, stop bitching and fucking build your own suit. Tony Stark did it. What up? Anyway, so I liked the CGI aspects of the movie. I also liked the terrorist character guy, who, I'm not going to say his name.
You don't know who I am. You'll never see me coming.
But basically, I love that guy. That was one of the best supporting roles I've ever seen, actually, in a movie. I loved every clip that they threw on the media. I thought the media clips were cool. I thought the lines that were said in the media clips were awesome. I thought, it was definitely over the top with the flickering of different explosions and bullshit like that. But what he was saying, the way he was saying it, it was well executed, and it was really, really sweet, just to see that perspective. And then later on in the movie, you get to see a totally different perspective, and he plays that out almost perfectly with, some issues with some lines that are getting dropped throughout the movie. But that starts right off the bat anyway, with lines that are getting dropped. But basically, just for the CGI, that guy, and even the villain at the end, he becomes a super badass. Super badass. But it goes back to the plot of why he's not as badass as he could be. Which kind of sucks to be, it's only like a victim, he's a victim of circumstance right now in Tony Stark's life, basically. Because Tony Stark just basically goes, oh yeah, I've had this the whole time, Chapow! And just blows him away, which is kind of a letdown, because the whole entire movie is based on the safety net that Tony Stark has for himself. In fact, going on to the issues of the movie, you could actually have just put the second half of the movie first, and include the ending clip scene, because the whole movie was just to build up to that ending clip, and then still actually had a plot, and had plenty of time for that. The things I didn't like about this movie, right off the bat, there's a lot of vocal filler. They have a lot of his quick sarcastic quips and stuff like that, but in the first scene, it's completely useless. I'm not even gonna lie, you're looking at a bunch of robots, and Tony Stark is all like, blah, 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 blah. I ignored it. I literally just didn't even pay attention. I don't even know who he was bitching about. And then he's just like, so let's go on to that time. And then it goes 1999. They could have skipped that whole part and just put 1999 and we would have known, right? It's not that hard. I mean, He's just doing a flashback. We don't even know what time and era it's supposed to be in anyway, and time is a big issue with this movie, is you don't know what's happening when, what's taking Tony Stark so long to do this, to do that, to do this. The first Iron Man, he's got like, I think it's like a so-and-so month constraint where he's missing. That's how he's got, you feel the strain and the pressure of time. And it feels like in this one, it's just like, yeah, he'll get it done, man. Don't worry, he'll get it done. And he comes out of nowhere with all these devices for like one scene, and you're just like, it'd be cool if we knew how long it took you to make that shit, and you did it like that. Because we don't know how long it's been since the Avengers. All right. So first of all, time is a seemingly big issue in this movie. You can use your brain and follow it, but the movie should be doing that. The movie should be making you understand the time constraints and giving you a little feel of like whatever. It makes the whole entire movie kind of feel like there's no suspense, there's no like struggle, there's nothing. You don't have anything to worry about, because don't worry, there's a safety net for the whole movie. And that's the whole movie, to be completely honest. The whole movie has a safety net. And to be honest, in the last half of the movie, he doesn't even need to jump in a fucking suit. He doesn't need to. He does it anyway. I don't know why. I haven't figured it out yet. I was asking my buddy after the movie, I'm like, why did he even bother? He didn't need to. He could have just been like, and boom, and it's over. And, you go get him, you go get her, and everyone else just meet back at the house around coffee time, and thanks, Jarvis, you're the man. Alright? So that's one of the biggest plot holes I saw in this entire movie, is that. The second big plot hole I saw, I wanted to mention that one quick, even though it's at the end of the movie. There's a lot of plot holes in the movie when they're doing relations with the Avengers, alright? You don't know where any of the other Avengers are in retrospect, this and that, this and that. There's a scene where the president is in danger for an elongated period of time, alright? And just because he's in the air, I guess it's not, I guess they couldn't have called him in or anything like that. But where the fuck is Captain America? Seriously, like the whole movie, I'm just like, all right, the Avengers that just happened, and this is just like Avenger After Effect. But they did use scenes from the Avengers for his little PTSD thing he's going through, which I don't even know why he has it, because he destroyed the aliens in Avengers. Like he just destroyed that, like basically that whole army. They still have a whole bunch of time, and that's why he's going through this issue where he's just like ignoring Potts and doing this and doing that and doing this, and he's just off on his own. But yeah, some of the other, like a cameo or anything like that, because you just did the Avengers. They know they just did the Avengers. They realize this information, and yet they still give you kind of just this wishy-washy, like, segue of, this is his own story, and this and that, and this and that, which is fine. Fine. If you want to play it like that, we'll play it like that. But the first thing you fucking need to know when you're making an action movie is people want to see superheroes with weakness. That's it. Legit. Like, people go to see these superhero movies. People just want to see movies with powerful people in them in the first place, because their choices depend on anything. And even invulnerable people that are completely invulnerable like Iron Man, can still have to make hard choices that change the aspects of everyone's lives that they're connected to. They have to like weigh their options and shit. And people like me, and most people I feel like go to movies, like seeing this. Like, it's the point of the movie, like, what would happen if Iron Man did that, and Iron Man did that? That's one of the reasons why we love the Avengers, is what would happen if the Hulk fought Thor? Are you serious? That was epic. Like, lifting the hammer and shit, you're just like, damn, he's not doing anything. Later, Hulk. And then you got to watch the toss-ups and stuff. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. It was well done, well made, everything. And Iron Man 3 just kind of just cashes it in, to be honest. Like, alright, it starts off, he's talking about a girl that he slept with and abandoned, big surprise, as Tony Stark, with all of his quick quips. In fact, there's so many quick quips in this entire thing, you could literally just take 15 or 20 minutes out of the movie if you just took most of them out and just left the funny ones in there, to be completely honest. Alright? And even there's a scene where he's in Tennessee with a kid. That whole entire thing is basically filler. Unless that kid is going to be saving him for the rest of his life. Somehow from his secret base that he made. I don't even know. I don't fucking know. But anyway, so get this right. First off, we need to see some weakness in our superheroes. We don't want missiles hitting Tony Stark 2 feet away from him and having him come up not even with a sign of blood on him. Literally, it happens. The man should be dead. There's another scene where his foot's just stuck in some wreckage. It should be broken or dismembered or anything. Anything among those lines should have happened to that leg. It did not. He just kind of actually skips out of the situation. Literally, he just skips out. Oh yeah, no big deal. Jumps out. What's that shit about? Give us some realism. The makeup team couldn't just, make up he couldn't limp for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes and then end up in like a footrest, like resting his foot while he's making some more gadgets in like the next scene or something like that. So you get, not only do you get that time that you've been missing, be like, oh dude, I sprained my ankle once, I know how long it takes to fix that shit. Man, there's some weakness in the main character, right? Oh fuck, maybe I should care about him being in these absolutely dangerous situations. Basically all they do is they take the suit off of him and they go, you should care now, right? Because the suit's off of him. But he just whittles his way out of everything anyway. There's a bunch of plot holes at the end. I'm going to get to that. But basically, the biggest ones are like, alright, you have Potts. And the Potts Stark filler in the beginning is kind of interesting. And then you realize that it's just the same plot of every superhero movie where he's got a female hero. And it's been overly exploded and filled for no reason. And just because he wants vengeance for some guy that you as an audience barely even care about, just because he's just kind of a little bit amusing, somehow you're supposed to think you care as much as Tony Stark cares for this other guy. But unless you've seen the other Iron Man movies, you don't even know who the fuck he is. You don't even care. You don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit. And that's the issue with Hollywood. Stop making movies where we don't fucking care. Because we don't care. What's the point? Is it just good CGI? Because, I mean, like I said, it was good CGI. You did a good job. Nice job with the CGI, Hollywood. Everything else, though, like, the plot holes were numerous. It's just Potts doesn't like how he's reckless. And he's just like, but I'm Iron Man. I'm supposed to be reckless. No shit, Sherlock. We've been here before. Ever watch a movie called Spider-Man? Wow. That happened then, too. And it just happens with every female hero and every female girlfriend and everything like that. Like, every I'm not even going to say female because we're in an age and time where not everyone who's in a relationship, but every union with people, we have the other ones like, don't get so dangerous. Oh, I gotta be dangerous. I gotta save the whole world. Oh no. That's it. Every time. And in the end, they just go, remember all that shit we were talking about? Yeah, I don't really care. Do you? No? Okay, I'm not going to bitch about it anymore. That's the closure. That's what you get. Wrapped up in a nice present. The whole movie's wrapped up in a nice present. That's it. That's just it. Like, in the beginning, you have this crippled guy comes up to him. You're like, damn, that guy, Tony Stark's just being a dick to him. He's going to come back and fight you. He just comes back like 15 minutes later. He shouldn't have even, this is how you make a movie better, by the way, Hollywood. And I'm not a professional movie maker or anything like that. You can tell by these videos that I'm not professional by any means. But look at it like this, Hollywood. Let's take the guy who's crippled in the beginning and 15 minutes later show him completely normal. Nobody even asks, yo, dude, how did you get uncrippled at all? No one even asked that. And on top of that, Tony Stark just types in his buddy's password on the computer, and you get to see all the maniacal experiments that are going on and shit. Nobody, when the government, took the government's working with this organization, first off. No one in the government just went on their thing and was just like, fishy experiments, type, oh shit. He found it in 2 seconds. That's it. And I have this huge thing with oh, Tony Stark, you're my hero. This is where he gets faster download speeds. That's the filler we get here. Tony Stark's download speeds are bringing him down. But everybody loves him for who he is. Now, another aspect I didn't tell you that I did like, though, was every superhero movie kind of needs to have your main character being supported by people that aren't superheroes, just so they understand that they're still people, too. And the audience understands that they're still people, too. And it also shows that you have a lot of people in society fighting for similar goals. That was well done in the middle of the movie, but like I said, nothing was kind of leaped off on it. He just kind of goes, fuck you, kid, and just drives away, and then later on, he's going to do something for the kid, so he does something for the kid, and that's about it. That's it. The rest of that was all, like I said, pointless filler. Now, the biggest plot hole was actually these people, alright? Now, these people things that are in here, you learn this off the bat too, not really ruining it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but they have the power to regenerate, and they have the power to overheat their bodies and melt shit. And for the longest time, I don't even know why they even have Tony Stark researching this in Tennessee and this and that. It was completely pointless. They could have put him, down the street in downtown